who are you? In a very normal common sense. In a common sense, I am not the feet, I am not the eye, I am not the ear. None of them is me. How do you say that? How do you say that? This minute I am talking to you. Supposing I fall dead after another 15 minutes. My feet remain, but can you walk? Can you walk? Feet are there, 2 feet, but I am dead. Can they walk?
No.
They cannot. Can the eye see at that time? They can't.
No.
So when once you are dead, even though you are having the entire body, but nothing can work, then who was it that was working? Who was it that was seeing? Who was it that was talking? Who was it that was walking? Who was it that was hearing? Who was that? It is an energy. At that level, I don't want anything serious. So, you are an energy which is different from the body. It is an energy which is different from the body. Only when that energy is there in your body, then you are able to see, you are able to hear, you are able to talk, you are able to walk. So you are an energy. And when that energy has gone out somewhere, can it die? It cannot die. Because in the physics, there is a portion called law of thermodynamics. In the law of thermodynamics, the first law says, energy cannot be created, energy cannot be destroyed. Both you can't do. It has always been there. It is a perpetual thing. That alone was there at all times. A big energy was there at all times. It cannot be created, it cannot be destroyed. Then it is always a constant. It has always been there, perennially. Since whatever time is, beyond time it had been there. So that is the energy, that is you. And this energy came into your flesh. The flesh was there, it has descended to the womb. It was without this energy. This energy, according to the medical science, it came into the womb 4 weeks later. The body was formed, everything is there, it came into it, it grew, but it had no energy. This energy, according to the medical science, comes after 4 weeks. Originally, the medical science said it comes after 5 months. According to the scriptures, it comes after 6 months or so. In the Bhagavata, it is detailed written. But anyway, even 4 weeks you can see. So, your body was there already, and for 4 months you were not there. So, you came and joined your body only after 4 weeks. So, you are different from the body, you are not the body. It is a simple scientific. I am talking from science point of view and also from logical point of view.
Yes.
Understood?
Yes, very well so. I mean, I see that I see very clearly.
Very clearly, you are not the body.
I'm not the body, and
you are not the body. Now,
I'm not the thought.
Now that energy has come from somewhere. As I said, you don't create it. No, it cannot be created. So it has come from a source, from a big source. And not you alone. The billions in the world, all of them, when they were in the womb, the energy has come and joined them. So the total energy there would have been big one. And now there are so many people that yet to be born. Next month some will be born. Next month after that some will be born. So they are going to be born. For them the reservoir should keep the energy there. So huge energy is kept there. It is an infinite energy which has come into all the billions of beings, not only human beings, but also animals and plants. Everyone which has that energy, it comes into them. So it is such a big energy, and you are that part of that big energy. See, when you do not know how much you possess.
The meditation, if you find that a particular location is necessary, like, Ramana went and spent a lot of time in the cave, for himself.
You know what he told? You have not read all his books.
No, I've not read
he
all
said,
of it. I've read
I have never, after I came to this thing, after his death experience as a boy, before leaving and coming here, he said, I got all my realization. My realization was there at the end of my life, last life. I came only as a world teacher, and that only revived my knowledge. That's all. So, why then people ask, then why were you sitting here and all that, absolutely as if you are meditating? I never liked to see this bloody world, that's why I was sitting. I was not doing any other meditation or anything at all. He said, I never did any sadhana in my life. You know that? That's what we should know. He never did any sadhana. And in these sadhanas, when you are there, avoid any bad companies like people. Shiva is okay for some people. He is trying to reform himself, and after his marriage and all that, so-called marriage and all that, but cultivate the people, some people who are really doing meditation and all that. Otherwise, don't have any company at all.
Yeah, no, I've been meditating between like 2 to 4 hours a day and really going in
that's all it is. Meditating doesn't mean that you
No, I understand that it's vichara is really the key path.
But it doesn't mean that you don't enjoy the world. You just enjoy the world as if you are not in it. You are outside, you are an audience. That's all. That's all. You are the audience because it goes very well before you. So many deaths take place, so many shootings take place, so many good things take place. Good and bad, they go on. You don't be involved in it. Don't get angry by seeing somebody having injustice. You don't become happy in somebody getting justice. Not at all. It's all a drama. In drama we are not concerned. So leave out the dramas. It's all the illusion. We have to come to reality. In reality you are alone there. There is only one reality. There are no two realities. It is there. So that is the thing. And when you reach that state, sitting here, you can help lakhs and lakhs of people within 1 second. People who are sitting several lakhs of kilometers off. So leaving that today, going and helping some people and saying that I have put a bandage over 80 soldiers who are dying in that battle and all that, it's all foolishness. It is just like a man got an elephant free from a king. He didn't know what to do. He was a villager. So he used it for his son who was studying in the school in the 3rd standard. So he used to deploy that elephant to take his school bag, take all the books and all that. It will go along with him, deliver it and come back. You see, the work as an elephant is a criminal underuse of its ability. That's what is happening now. That's there. So leave off all those things. First know who you are, then you help anybody. At this stage, you simply be only with yourself. Don't put your mind. Then you will be caught. Yes, Swamiji, he has put in 30 years of Swamiji. He was sitting outside his cottage overlooking the Ganges. He saw at 2 o'clock there is a lady sitting there, some below 30. She was sitting there. From the way it looked, she was seeking a chance to drown herself in the Ganges and commit suicide. Well, he was watching, and about 6 o'clock, it was winter, it became dark. Suddenly he saw that lady was walking inside the Ganges and drowned herself. Immediately he rushed. He was a good swimmer. He caught her hair, brought her back, and then did some sort of thing to take out the water and all that. And she asked her where is she to go. He went outside after taking her, caught a rickshaw auto. He also sat there, took her to the house, left her there, and came back. When you started a compassion, you should know where to end it. And here is the man. He goes after 3 days back to the house to inquire, how is she? You are not very well concerned. You have done your work over. You shouldn't have gone along with her to find out the house. You are not concerned. Whenever you start a compassion, you should know how to stop it, where to stop it. That's a part of the compassion. Otherwise, now what happened? He began to visit them twice or thrice a week, and sometimes they will invite him for meals. And that lady asked, well, I want to read some philosophy, some books and all that. Yes, you come along, I will teach you. So she was going daily, and after 6 months they married. That's renunciation. So she was stopped long back. It has nothing to do with that lady. This is what happens. See, internally there is a temptation for us. That's where it goes. See, in this job, the thing you have to renounce first is the extra money you require. Minimum money you have, you just. Extra money you require, that has to be stopped. Second is the greatest one is this having truck with the other sex. That is something which is not considered as very important, and people do meditation. I have seen putting their hands around the lady and doing meditation. This will not do. Nowhere, neither in Buddhism, nor in ours, nor in the religion of the Hebrews, nowhere it has been allowed. So this is something which has to be avoided strongly. That's all. If we fall into that sexual entanglements, then it's all gone. There is no use of saying that I am doing meditation for 8 hours. That's all.
I've been really graced in the last little bit to finally have that start to go naturally. It used to be a force.
It's a very hard. I mean, it's a very impossible task, but one has to.
Yeah.
One has to see. Well, it's a very normal for us. In fact, if a man shuns a girl at his age, you will call him a Brahma. That is the stage. But you have to brave it and shun them altogether. Whether she is also a sadhaka or not, shun them. That's all. Like that. Because you have to do it individually and alone. You cannot do it collectively. Each one has got a different conditioning, and each one has got a different spiritual constitution made up of the past the past sadhanas he has done in various births and all that. So as such, never try to link yourself with when we are a cow, we should not link ourselves with a horse. If we are a horse, we should not link ourselves with a donkey. We have to do it alone. That's all. And secondly, as far as possible, never discuss what you are doing. We feel like discussing with others, either to prove that I am doing this, that. Absolutely avoid it. That's all.
Discussing what I'm doing.
Discussing what you are doing or discussing what you know, it is not necessary. You need not teach anybody. So he will come on his own. There is a path which is meant for him. And you are discussing might put back the crock for the other man. You are doing a disservice for him perhaps. You never know. So never. That's all. Discuss on anything else.
If somebody comes to you asking for advice,
you tell him, go to some evolved soul that you cannot take it from another one. It is just like, if a man, if a boy, he is to understand things from his classmate only, then why there is a teacher then? Teacher is not required. See, you have to get it through the teacher. He has got his ability. He has got much more ability than a student. So as such, you will not know what he is and what he is going to be. The teacher has got his existence developed in him, through which, if he is a real guru, he will be able to understand a little after moving with him for some time. So he will be able to. So this man doesn't know. So what you think is a service, it will be a disservice. You are not aware of it. A man would have been on the emotional path of bhakti, he would have been teaching all jhana, and that fellow will neither prosper there nor here. That's all. He will stop being confused at one stage. That's what will happen. So we are not having that ability to catch.
These things are unclear for myself.
That's all. If it is any simple question, you answer him. You tell him. At the most, you may tell him, these are the important books of Ramana. You start with who am I? You start with who am I? This is a small book. And then you read his Upadeshara. So like that, you tell him. That's no problem. Nothing more. You only point out the books. You read them all. You might understand something. That's a different thing.
I've read a lot. The talks with Sri Ramana Maharaj have been extraordinary. I mean, I use that book as my Bible.
You see, the point is, even Ramana Maharshi's teachings, he has told, and who am I? This method is meant for the highly mature people, and everybody thinks he is highly mature and this is my path. This is the unfortunate thing. How do you know? Nobody knows. It is sheer ego. That's again there. So that is why you do require a teacher who will be able to tell you that in this path, this is how you should do. Supposing you are traveling by bus from Bangalore to Thermodynamics to Arunachala. You are sleeping, and the conductor says, in 15 minutes we reach Arunachala. Then you wake up. You find you have forgotten your name, from where you come, nothing you are aware. You are not even aware whether you are an Indian or from which country I come. Immediately in a panic, you search your bag. It contains nothing, no book, no name, no passbook, no your passport is not there, your visa is not there. You are traveling. And now you will not know whether you belong to this place or that place. You find out in your pocket you have barely 5 rupees. Even a rickshaw or a minimum for going for 2 minutes, he will charge you 40 rupees. You don't have the money. You can't eat. There's no money for you to eat. There's no money for you to stay overnight anywhere. How panicky you become. So in that panic, under 15 minutes, where will I go, my Lord? This is called amnesia in medical terms. It does occur. There have been many cases. This is called partial amnesia. There is what is called total amnesia. It does come. So it is nothing strange. It is not an imaginary case. It has happened. So in that case, you are thinking, who am I? What is my name? What's that name? Oh, how can I forget my name, man? You go on thinking. And at that time, some fellow brings you a sweet dish and he says, sir, this is a prasad, sir, please take it. Hey, get out, man, I don't know it. Because you are entangled with the problem of life and death to know who you are, and hell with everything else. So the vairagya, or what is called dispassion or disgust for worldly things, it comes automatically till you know who am I. And in that case, you are who am I. You will not do it for 2 hours in this day or 4 hours and then say, tomorrow evening I will do for 4 hours. Then where will you sleep? Where will you go? Where will you take your food in between? So you should be so full of panic, 24 hours you go on thinking. The entire night you will go on thinking, sitting there somewhere. Understood? It is not a case of doing it for 2 hours and then remaining, doing it for 4 hours and then tomorrow we'll do it. There is no question. This is common sense. So, at all times when you are going, when you are coming, not only when you are sitting and meditating, it should be at the back of the mind. Who am I? Who am I? There was a Schopenhauer. He was a German. He wrote he translated the entire our scriptures, the Upanishads, into German language. When he was a young boy, from the 7th year, somehow he is suddenly always thinking, who am I? Where from have I come? What am I doing here? Where am I going? And he went on thinking of it night and day. Even in the classroom, he will not learn the classes, he will be thinking the same thing. He passed out his graduation somehow. Even then, he will sit in his room with his hat on. He will not even take it off. With his boots on, and this he will be sitting, going on thinking. While thinking one day, he opened the door. He went out. It was night, 11:30. He went out, he was walking. He didn't know where he was walking. Oh, he was walking, he was thinking. And he was walking through a big garden laden with fruit-bearing trees, apple and all that. And the Chowkidar was sitting with his lamp. There was no electricity in those days. Because he found somebody has been poaching, started taking away a number of fruits. They were missing from the trees. So he was extra careful. Suddenly he saw a fellow going to the exit gate with his hat on. He was running behind him with that lamp. He asked, "Hey, who are you? What are you doing here? Where from have you come? Where are you going?" That man, Schopenhauer, he came running back towards the watchman. He just hugged him. "Baba, these are the very questions I have been asking for the last 22 years. You are asking me the same question. I have not yet got a reply, man." So, you should have that. It should be boiling inside. Nothing else should appeal to you. Nothing else. To that stage you have to go, then only you can get.
When the distractions of life come about, even I'm desirous to be there.
You see.
It's not like I can, I want that.
No. Yes, you can slowly come out of it. See, what you can do is, along with that, have some prayers to the self. See, the self praying to the self, that's all. So, just pray, "Lord, I do not know. I am not able to take away all the distractions. Some temptations are still there. Unless the grace descends on me, I won't be able to get out of it completely. I require your active cooperation with me. Then only I can do my sadhana." Pray. Prayer is very, very important as per Buddhism. Prayer is very, very important even according to Christianity, where you go inside and say, "Oh Father in heaven, blessed be thy name." So it's important in every language, every religion is important. Prayer. So just pray to yourself daily for about half an hour to 1 hour. That will help you a lot to get out of the distractions, to get out of the temptations. As it is, we have been conditioned to all these things. Automatically we are drawn towards it. When we sit, a lady sitting by the side and eating her lunch along with us, she says, "How are you? How are you? Where from have you come?" Somehow you are automatically drawn towards her. See, you don't know why. It happens. So to get out of this is the real problem. And we think initially, "Oh, there's nothing wrong. I'm not doing anything. I'm not dating her. After all, I'm talking to her, and she is also a good sadhak. She was asking about that only. Absolutely not, absolutely not. But it can be done only with the help of the Putri. That's all. That's what I think. I cannot say that I know everything. I am also a sadhaka like you. So, only thing is, I am at a stage where I am able to perceive all the things like an audience. That's all. That way. To the extent possible.
You're within the lineage of Ramakrishna.
Ramakrishna, I come from that.
I just coming from the
Ramakrishna's first disciple, he was known as Brahmananda. He was senior to Vivekananda.
On कर दिया.
Hari Om.